Hey everyone, Tiffany here. Welcome to my channel. I am back with a little, I guess, planner video. Haven't done a planner video in a very long time. Like a ring planner video. And like a setup or decorative sort of video in a while. So this is going to be a little bit scrapbooky, like it's not going to be like planner. But I have decided to stick with my personal Filofax for next year. I know I set up that TN for like my planner, like an everyday planner, but I realized that the personal that I'm using now works for me. That system just works for me. It's so simple and it works, and I'm afraid if I change it, it's not going to work and I'm going to be frustrated and then change back anyway. So I decided just to not change it up and to use that TN for something else and just stick with my planner. So this is the Filofax Domino Soft. This is in the duck egg color. I also have the pink one, and that's the one that I'm currently in. I switched back into this one, and I love this particular Filofax planner. So I think I'm gonna stay in the personal size. I love this, it's just good. And so I'm going to set this one up. I've already went in and sort of set things up. Anyway, I'm trying to use what I have, so I'm really trying not to buy any inserts. If you remember, the current inserts that I'm using are like 2017 Color Crush inserts that I just kind of redated and stuff, and I don't use weeklies because I just don't. So what I have in here are the Jane Davenport inserts. I do have a Jane Davenport personal planner. I don't use it for anything because it's so big and chunky, but I do have all the inserts. So what I did was I took out the monthly, and how her inserts are, you have like a little dashboard here. So it says to do, goals, dreams, wishes, and then the undated monthly, and then it goes straight into a weekly and it's boxed. So I have the first week here, and then I have the first page for the first week and then the last page for the last week, because on the back of that is just where a place you can write notes and stuff. So I was thinking of maybe covering up the days of the week and just using the boxes for like lists. And then of course I have notes, and then my whole sort of commonplace book system would go in here. So I did cut these dividers from a cream cardstock, like this is just the cream cardstock you get at Michael's. I did cut them because I love how the Color Crush inserts, they are dated like this and they have the little tabs. I love that. And I didn't want to spend money on the Color Crush refills because you get both the monthly and the weeklies, and the weeklies are like this big chunk of paper and that I'm not going to use. So I went ahead and just used the Jane Davenport ones that I have, and the weeklies I didn't use, so I still have those. And I went ahead and cut my own dividers. I used my Silhouette to do this, and then I used a stamp from One Canoe 2. One Canoe 2. I think that's it's from their Hazelwood collection, so the stamp, I like the font of just the date of just the month, so and it fit perfectly there, so I just kind of stamped. Not very good, but you know, still it works fine for me. So I have all of my months are set up like that currently, so that is my plan. I'll probably keep all this the same, the to-do, the goals, the dreams, and the wishes for like the month, so I could do some reflecting here, and then my monthly, and then over here I'm just going to cover these up with sort of label stickers and use them for different lists and stuff. And then my notes, and then of course all of the other stuff that I tend to do throughout the month. And then each month is like that. So I have that till December. And then I have my only 2 pages left of the expense sheets from KikiK. And I wish KikiK sold these by themselves, but I'll probably have to just make my own. But I have them here, so I need a divider here, and then a pouch for my receipts, and then so I need another divider here because this is where I have note paper. So I have some Filofax note paper, some of the KikiK note paper, and then this is the note paper from the Jane Davenport. I actually love how this looks. I love the little scallop on these inserts. So I put those back here as well, and then I have one of those clear plastic dashboards to protect the back, at least until I finish the year off in the other Filofax, then I can switch out the little fly leaf. It's a thicker plastic to put on the back. So I need a couple of dividers. I need one over here for a dashboard. I think I'm going to cover this page up with some pattern paper and just use this for like contact stuff, but I do need a couple of dividers for this, and so I've decided to make my own, of course, and I pulled out here some things, and so I was really inspired by Suse Fish. I'm always inspired by Suse. I don't think this particular video is up on her channel because she unlisted a lot of them, but you can find them on her blog. That's where she is mostly now, and I'll see if I find the corresponding blog post to where she set up her Kiki K. She had a personal size Kiki K, so that I drew inspiration from that video, and then she recently shared, not recently, but like maybe like a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, I don't know, my time is really off. She recently shared her Filofax Domino Soft, but in a pocket size, and I loved how she set that up. So I'm sort of like just vibing Suse, and I'm gonna set this up sort of similarly. It's probably not even a word. But yeah, what I also really love that she did was that she took some fabric and she covered her cover, and she used this beautiful polka dot fabric. It's like white with black polka dots, and I love it. I'm just loving on her little planner, and so I may go ahead and purchase some white with black polka dots fabric to try it out. Yeah, I'm totally just, it's just, oh, I love it. Or like a stripe, like a black and white stripe fabric, but I did find a white with black polka dot, like Swiss dot fabric. I have not found like a thin stripe black one yet, but yeah, so I may do that. But for right now, I am just going to make my dividers, and I already pulled out some papers and things, and I already cut them down to size, and of course I am using mostly Felicity Jane because that is what she used, and I hoard my Felicity Jane, so this is a great opportunity to use the products that I've been hoarding. So not all of it's Felicity Jane. This is a card that Gina packs into the orders. I have these cards here from the Cute Girl collection from Crate Paper. I love this over the rainbow in this, and I love this bucket list. It's cute. It says swim with mermaids, dance with fairies, play in the stars, ride a unicorn. Love that. It's so cute. So the color scheme is basically this. I think this is from the Zoe kit, Felicity Jane Zoe kit, and that is the color scheme I'm going for. So I want this to be my dashboard. This was from the Brook, and I cut it down from I bought the A5 planner dividers, so I cut it down from the dividers instead of cutting into the really big paper. So I think I want that on my front, and then I want this as a divider. I want this one as a divider. I think this is also from Brook, I think, and if it's not, it's from Alexis, but I think it's from Brook. And then this is just a cardstock from Felicity Jane, and I left the little scallop. So that's from Felicity Jane, Crate Paper, and then I have this. This is a really old Studio Calico divider for their handbooks. I don't know if anybody remembers the handbook, so I just trimmed it down to fit, and it kind of left the tab. I mean, it's all bent because it's really old and it's been in tons of things before it makes it into this planner, but I just kind of cut it down. What I like about it is I'm not too fond of this yellow, the orange on yellow here, but I love this something, and I love these scallops, and I can just write something there. And then the back, you see how old it is, like the paper is fading, but the yellow is a little bright, but I think it matches okay with this yellow. I love this little scallop, and then I love this ombre, like diagonal here. And I think it'll fit, but I'm gonna probably put it in the back or somewhere. It's not gonna be a divider, it's just gonna be like a little kind of page that I put in to just write some things out. And then I have packaging because Suse is the wizard when it comes to using packaging. And so I'm gonna play around with that and include some packaging there. And then this is Felicity Jane as well. I also have tabs here, so I have 2 tabs. So I think I only need 2 tabs. If anything, I can cut these in half, but these are from the Planner Society kits, and I can't, you know, Planner Society kits, you get like tons of these tabs, and I have a whole thing full of them, and I think I picked out colors that actually match this, so I have those, and I have everything in the little tray here, and then of course I have little, you know, bits here, that I thought would match. Like I thought of putting this here to be like the first thing that I see in my planner, but I have other things and stuff, you know, don't want to get into all of it. And of course I have photos because I thought maybe put a couple of photos in my planner. I mean, I do keep photos in my planner, so like I keep them in the thing here, this little thing from Heidi Swap that I just kind of covered and repunched. But I don't know. I will definitely leave a link down below to the 2 blog posts of Suse's planner so you can see what I'm talking about, because I think it's very hard to see what I mean when I pull out all the stuff and everything when you haven't really seen those videos yet or seen the blog posts. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to be working with, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and jump right on and just start creating. So how is everyone today? I'm going to try to, you know, talk while I do this, so we'll see how that works. Yeah, so I wanted this one to be here, and I don't know if I want to glue this page onto this page and then have it like turn in, because I really don't want any of this. This is like Jane's little note about her planner and stuff. I just want to use this planner belongs to info page, but I know I want that one on the front there, and then I think I want this one here, and then possibly this divider here. So I want this divider to have this tab on it, and this divider to have the dots on it. And then I have these extra papers that I can easily put in here, so I can actually maybe glue this one to this, maybe, if I don't want the dots. But first, I just wanted to like start decorating these things a little bit. So I think I want this one here. I like the black and white with the pop of color on that, on this one. I also pulled out some other like word phrases. This is another hello. So I don't know if I wanted a white on white hello or something. I have bows. I pulled out this. It says, with brave wings she flies, because the colors sort of match, sort of. But I'm thinking, actually no, that's like the wrong thing. My thought process is like, I was gonna say, I don't know if anyone else does like one little word. I don't really do one little word, but I always try to choose a word. Not that I follow through with the word. Actually, I never follow through with my word. I try, but you know, I think the longest I've ever followed through with my word was until March. But I'm really trying to not goal set, because goals don't really work for me, but just trying to be more mindful of what I want to accomplish. So I don't know if you've seen my blog posts. There was a recent blog post where I showed you my unraveling journal. That's something that I want to do. I want to finish those courses that I bought. And a lot of those courses are about, you know, yourself and self-discovery. So I thought having a word and maybe trying to follow that word through those processes of doing those creative courses would like help me see through the word for the year. I don't know. I have lots of thoughts in my head. Like I really was about to write like my own little syllabus for the entire year sort of type thing to help me follow through. So I picked out some of these things that sort of I want to kind of reflect on and what's the word? The word's not really reflect. It's I don't know, not reflect on, but like put into practice, I guess. I don't know. So I have phrases like delight in the everyday moments. I have with brave wings she flies, chasing dreams, and living the life I always dreamed of, like that sort of theme. And I picked this page because I think my word for the year is going to be bloom. So I like how the flowers are like shooting up. So that's why. So I think I'm going to use the hello. I also have other different hellos here, but I think I like this hello because it brings that nice pop of color. I don't know if I was going to do hello sunshine. That might be really, really cute. Or hello lovely. And I'm thinking the sunshine one looks way better. This is also Felicity Jane. This was from the Brie kit. This is actually Cute Girl, so that's sort of, you know, crepe paper Cute Girl. So I was thinking like that. Putting everything down like that. So the tricky part is getting everything, what you call it? Getting everything lined up the way that I want. And these are puffy stickers. This one's a little bit more puffy. This is more like a, I don't want to say epoxy, definitely puffy, but this is like a squishy puffy, whereas this one isn't a squishy puffy. But I like the bright colors of this hello here. And that's also another thing I really want to be more mindful of using my products, like using the stuff that I have. I'm not very good at using up my stash. I have quite a large stash, not insanely large like I think a lot of big time scrapbooking ladies have, you know, they have rooms full of, you know, crafts. They have rooms, craft rooms. I don't have a craft room. I have a craft corner with a big old desk that has all my stuff in it. I actually moved everything, so all of my crafty stuff is in my desk. I'm trying to move it over because I have to be mindful of the holes on this side. So if I get a sheet of paper so I can see where the holes are. And I did cut this out a little bit wider, and so I don't want to punch into this. I don't know how people get anything straight. I try. So I really like that. I wonder if I want to put a butterfly here. I love these puffies. Oh, they're so cute. Playing with all my favorite little bits. I've been really inspired by Suse. I'm always constantly inspired by her. Usually what I tend to do, if you notice, is sort of like copy those who I'm inspired by, and then sort of, it never comes out like how they do it, and it never will, and I understand that it never will, but I find that you kind of learn, you kind of figure out your own style when you do that, when you sort of pick at people's styles. I'm always influenced by crafters and artists that I admire, and I always try to emulate their style, and honestly it never comes out looking like their style because a little bit of me goes into it too. So that's what I'm hoping here, because if you've seen my planner before, it's not really decorated, and I really loved how Suse decorated her her planner is an extension of herself and her scrappy, you know, hobby and everything, and it looks so precious, and I would love mine to look like that too. I love the pops of color. That's what Suse is very good at. Like the other day, actually last night, I was watching a Stephanie Bryan video. I miss Stephanie Bryan so much. She was actually one of the first, besides like Maggie Holmes, who is designer. She was one of the first scrapbookers that I actually gravitated towards, and it's because the colors that she uses are similar to the colors that I really like. But yeah, she was definitely one of the first. Oh my god, I absolutely adored her scrapbooks and everything that she did was wonderful. I remember I even won one of her like giveaways once, and she sent me this box of scrapbook things, and they were all in the colors that she uses, and I was just so ecstatic. I was like, yes. And this was way early, like when I first started scrapbooking, when I hung out on 2 Ps in a bucket and Studio Calico, when they had a very big message board and stuff like that. I actually miss 2 Ps a lot. There's a lot of content that came out of that site, and that was really wonderful. Most of it you can still find on their YouTube channel, but I just love the message boards on that site, like just the way that site was put together. I know scrapbook.com and A Cherry on Top, they have the forums, they have their own forums and stuff like that, but there was just nothing like 2 Ps. And I know 2 Ps, like some people opened up a pro boards like message board, but it's still not the same as how it was on the actual website, and I kind of really miss that website so much. But yeah, Stephanie Bryan was her and Maggie Holmes were my 2 favorite. Loved them. Love everything that they made. But now there's a lot of scrapbookers now that I like, but I do so much admire Suse's style. She's kind of like a Wilna mixed with Stephanie Bryan. And I could never, how she like attempts Wilna's style. Like, she does a great job at that as well. I always line up these tabs to like the edge. I know that one's a little bit rounded, but it's fine. So I kind of want, I don't know if I want to put this card there, because it kind of covers up all of that. I kind of really like the black and white. Now I don't know if I want to cut this down. I don't know if I want to cut it down a little bit so it's not so big, or if I just want to leave it as is and use this. I really love this plus the bucket list. So I'm thinking of cutting it down so that it's a square instead of a rectangle. So I want to show you now my completed setup. I did go and do some things off camera. So yeah, so I'm just gonna walk you through. So here we have my dashboard and my pocket, and so these pockets are a little bit weird. It's just this big slanted pocket. So what I did was I just kind of cut down some crepe paper, snow and cocoa paper, because it had the colors from here just to pull over here, and I just kind of put it back there. Then I just put this doily here, and then my stickers. These stickers, they're all functional, and the washi tape is also functional. It's like a little washi tape card that I put in here. Everything in here is functional, and I'll show you why in a minute. But so this is my dashboard. You saw me create this, and this is that contact page. And so what I did was, if you remember, I said I was going to cover it. I actually used some of the Felicity Jane packaging and just sort of did like a little mini layout there. I love this. So, and it's fitting because I use a picture of myself too. So that's what I have there. And then I already put in my, this is my November calendar, so it's the current calendar that I'm in. I put all the current stuff in here, and I put December, so I officially moved from the other planner in here. And then the first divider, just kind of left the dividers as is, but I want to show you. So this is what I do. I use the box stickers. This is to indicate my Netflix subscription. That's when the payment is going to be charged. And then I use the washi tape to mark out just different things that, you know, span a few days. So I started dating calendars. That's all I did. And then the other divider is this one, the bucket list, and this goes into my expenses, which I've already moved over some of those the sheets that I'm currently on. So I put this here, I put this blue paper here, because when you turn, I don't want you to go straight into my expenses. I don't know what I'm going to write here though, but that's that. And then we have this one. I used another photograph here. This is the castle at Disney World, and I love it. I love that photograph. And so I just kind of did a little sort of like a little layout sort of thing here. And this is all of like the notes and stuff. So I put this page here because I don't know exactly what I'm going to use it for yet. So that just kind of sticks there. This is a printable from Cocoa Daisy. And I doubled it, and then I just have notes that I've transferred over, and then all my note paper. And then this is that fly leaf I was talking about, and my Muji pen, and that's how it's set up so far. I'll probably go in and decorate these dividers as I get closer to the new year. So right now we're in the ending of November, so I have my December calendar here. It's not even decorated. This is decorated, but I guess towards the ending of December I will start decorating this, and maybe a little bit of my monthly, and maybe I'll film a few plan with me decoration videos. I don't know, who knows, but that is my setup. This video was rather long, so I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Like always, give it a thumbs up if you like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!